I'm Dylan Mulvaney, and these are 7 ways to be your own best friend. Number 1, take yourself out on dates. One of my favorite ways to be my own BFF is by taking myself out on dates. I started doing this years ago when I was reading The Artist's Way by Julia Cameron, where each week you take yourself out on an activity, but you can't go with anyone else. And I've managed to sort of romanticize being alone in public. And now I'm in a place where I will actually choose to go to events or eat by myself because I kind of love just hanging out with me. Dylan, party of 1? Number 2, solo travel. Once you have a few solo dates under your belt, I would urge you to try out some solo travel. I've been to Australia and Europe by myself, and I think so often we're distracted by conversations with our friends or content, and even listening to music kind of helps us drown out our thoughts. And solo travel kind of creates new experiences and relationships that would have never happened if you were with a group. In Ireland, I went to a pub and it resulted in the love affair that pretty much was giving a Nancy Meyers film. And I always say, you never know who you're gonna meet. Number 3, relationship to your higher self. I've done a lot of therapy in my day, including parts work and EMDR, but right now my coach and I have been working on my relationship to a higher self. And the higher self is sort of like a badass goddess version of my alter ego, but she's the version of me who isn't weighed down with any fear, and she's totally in line with my truth and my purpose. And I call out to her in moments and ask myself questions like, why do we feel this way? Or is this something that we really want to do? And that helps me get a rational and full body yes answer. Like, how is this video going, higher self? It's going well, Dylan. Love ya. Number 4, more instinct, less opinions. Which brings me to my next self-best friend tip, which is relying on your own instinct and asking less opinions of others. I used to have a situation pop up and I would run to anyone and everyone that would listen and give me their opinion. And afterwards, the situation would be so muddy and I would be pulled in a million different directions that I wouldn't even remember what my initial instinct was. Now when I get an offer or find myself in a sticky situation, I try to sit with it for a bit. And if I still need guidance, I ask 1 or maybe 2 people that are very close to me, not 100. I remember when I came out as gay, I almost would phrase it as a question like, I think I'm gay, but is that okay with you? And now as an adult coming out, I was like, I am a woman, this is who I am, take it or leave it. 5, laugh with yourself and not at yourself. I'm one of the silliest people I know, but I think it's important to laugh with yourself and not at yourself. So many situations I've been in, especially this past year, have been unbelievably unthinkable, in good ways and bad. And once I get over the initial fear or excitement, I try to have a laugh. 6, call in for reinforcements. Although the theme of this segment is being your own best friend, I think it's important to note that sometimes you gotta call in reinforcements. Do not be afraid to reach out to the people that love you and build up some community when you feel like you aren't enough. This is my best friend, Lily. We've known each other since we were 10 years old doing High School Musical, and we are still best friends to this day. Actually, just this last weekend, we had not 1, but 2 sleepovers. You're never too old for a sleepover. And I think community is equally important. Here's a photo of my trans crew that I've built up over the past year. I think having people to relate to and lean on when facing moments of pain and bigotry can be wildly healing, and I love them. And 7, forgiving yourself. Maybe the most important way to be your own best friend is the willingness to forgive yourself. I think of the relationships with my friends and I see the moments where we had to forgive each other as a way to level up in our trust and connection. And I don't think it's any different when it comes to self-love. I've screwed up a million times, especially when making content and sharing my life so publicly. I don't always say the right thing, but I've had to learn to dust myself off and look in the mirror and acknowledge that I was trying my best and that we're gonna try harder next time. I hope these helped, and know that anyone would be lucky to have you as a friend. But if you're feeling lonely or like there's no one around, remember that you can be your own best friend. And you've got me too. Love ya.